Hello, everybody. This is Plan and Traffic, and my name is Lewis Lee from All Ends Media and Magazine. I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. We got a whole bunch of people in the chat room. We got a special guest, Mrs. Parise. She's going to be talking about her race car and things that are popping in her life. And as you can see on the screen, we have the Plan and Traffic YouTube channel. So if everybody can go over and subscribe to the channel, that will help us out. And you can see some of the replays. Actually, you can see all the replays because we put them all on. You can go back and see stuff we've been doing, all the hot stuff. And that's about it. So I'll get everybody on screen here and we can get it popping. I'm going to invite Dina in. Hello, everybody in the chat room. Papa Squirrel, John, Jim. Who else we got? Brian. How's everybody tonight? Good, good. So I want to see everybody's name in the YouTube channel pop up on the subscribe list. Make sure you hit the little bell too. So anytime we do anything, it'll pop up and let you know that we have something going on. And we also are going to PRI. So I think I'm going to do some live streaming from there. So keep an eye out for that. We got Ray coming in. There we go. Hey.
Howdy.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
hello. You made it in pretty good this time.
I
did. We're waiting for Ray. Ray, I just invited him in, so he should be here any second. So, what's going on with you?
I am working on 2020, trying to get things going. Big thank you to Lucas Oil for hopping back on board. Whoop, whoop.
Now Lucas Oil. Now I'm assuming that's what you're running in your car.
Yes, yeah, we have been for years now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good stuff, huh, Lucas?
It's funny. I don't think that people realize the plethora of products that they have. They have everything from motor oil to gun oil.
Yeah, we said it together.
And a lot of people don't realize the amount of products that they have. And they're reasonable, very, very cost-effective products, which is nice too. Mm-hmm. So every product for the average guy that you can go out there and get a product for, basically whatever you need.
Yeah. They've been around for a while too.
Yeah, I love the slick mist for anyone who has like a show vehicle. Mm-hmm. And hey, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Oh, there I am. The software told me, sorry, you have no camera and microphone. Meanwhile, I'm listening to myself on my microphone through my headset. The camera's live, and it's telling me there's nothing available.
I know this platform is very
finicky.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's great, but sometimes it likes to tell you things that is not really true.
It lies. Yeah, it lies.
Well, I'm working on it. I'm trying to look for another system again.
I think you should, because I just, I looked at my calendar, and on the 16th of this month, which is next Monday, mm-hmm. I'll be doing this thing 4 years with you.
Wow.
Yeah. Time is flying.
I tell you.
And you know what? We've met a lot of people and became friends with a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, we do this every Thursday. So how many Thursdays is that? That's a lot of Thursdays.
That's a lot of Thursdays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is a lot of Thursdays.
And you know what's really nice is, like, when we go to a show in Canada or anywhere in the United States, we'd run across people that's watched the show or have been on, and it's really exciting to meet people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And companies, it's just a nice thing.
A warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, fuzzy.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was telling us about the Lucas Oil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was the product you were just talking about?
Oh, I was talking about slick mist. So anyone who has like a show car, or I mean, even your regular car, if you take good care of it, some people do, some people don't. But it's a really nice product for shine. And it works really, really well.
Really?
And again, not expensive. Yep. Just a nice spritz and a little microfiber, and you're good to go.
Now that's a highly, that's a highly technical term Dina used.
Spritz. It's kind of like a schmear. It's kind of like a schmear, except it's a spritz.
Since you mentioned that, my daughter came back from, she was in school. She goes to school in the city. And she brought home this sandwich. I'm like, hey, that looks good. What is it? So get a load of this. She got like on 24th Street and 7th. It's a bagel, an everything bagel. And it had turkey with lettuce and tomato, mayo, and scallion cream cheese.
Oh,
and bacon, and like sweet honey bacon. So, and I'm not one for sandwiches on bagels. I'm not. But I took a bite and I was like, damn, this is good.
So that might be your new thing, huh?
I'm telling you, man, this thing just had all the flavors just came together, and it was that schmear of that cream cheese with the scallion that did it. That was the thing that put it over the top.
It's the schmear.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's pretty
I don't
cool.
know. I don't know if people not from New York can gravitate to the schmear.
No, nice.
And understand what the schmear really
and
means.
not to be mistaken with the schmutz, because if it was schmutz, it'd be like
Yeah.
Isn't that like
There's a
somebody you don't
schmutz,
like?
a schmear, and a spritz.
right. And we're not even
They're
Jewish.
all different. No. But when I was growing up, I had one of my very dear friends. I'm still friends with her. She's Jewish, and I grew up in a pizza bagel neighborhood. So, and on Sundays, her mother used to make matzo ball soup, which was insane because it was like the fresh matzo balls and everything. And my mother would make spaghetti meatballs, and we would trade every Sunday.
Yeah.
I would bring a container of spaghetti meatballs, and her mother would send over the matzo ball soup, which we were not allowed to touch. That was all from my mother. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. I was trying to explain to a woman down in Tennessee last year how we make our own sauce and meatballs, and and I said, and I talked about the sausage and the brajol, and she said, "What? What was that last thing you said?" And I said, "Brajol."
Brajol.
What's that? I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's either pork or beef. It's pounded, rolled. You can do it a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different recipes. It's you can put cheese in it. You can put herbs, parsley, things like that, and you tie it with string, because when it's cooking, you got to remember when you take it out, you got to take the string off, or you're like, pulling it out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good.
It's very good.
Or you're eating and flossing at the same time.
Well, except for the string they use, like in the butcher shop, it's like cord. I would imagine there's probably a German equivalent, because Germans, they're pretty good that way too with the meat stuff. So I don't know. But she didn't know, and I said, "Well, damn, what do you eat down here? Like ragu?" "Oh yeah, ragu is good." She said, "You can get anything you want down here as long as it's fried or barbecued." I'm like, "Oh, great."
That's Georgia, same thing.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway.
Well, you had that food truck idea years ago,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My daughter's talking about that too with her boyfriend, because he cooks, and they wanted to go down south and open a food truck with try and bring some New York flair down there. And I said, maybe if you infuse it with the right amount of frying and grease. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
I'm on your Instagram. You want me to show some of your pictures?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Sure.
We got some hot race car stuff.
They're all public, so it's not really anything I'm going to be like, ah.
Yeah.
All right, I like to ask first to make sure.
Yeah, and I get a lot of questions about my social media. People always want to know if they can share stuff.
Mhm.
Apparently, some guy made that picture right there, like his profile picture, and someone very nicely had messaged me, and I
Wow.
was like, yeah, and I was like, well, I mean, it's public, so I can't really do much about it, but
Kind of creepy.
it's kind of creepy. Yeah, in the same respect, it is a little creepy.
You should have watermarked that shot. You know,
Well, I don't know why. It's weird because that shot is watermarked, so I don't
Okay.
know where that watermark went.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it's a little
Well,
weird, yeah.
Yeah, that makes it more creepier because he got the watermark off.
Well, yeah, I'm not really sure I don't know if I posted it by accident without the watermark, because I may have had one without it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Killer Instinct Photos, guy named Kip, he took that picture. Yeah, so I always make sure when I post it that I thank him for that, because he did a good job.
Mm.
Okay, well, tell the people live what you do and what you're racing and all the good stuff.
Sure. And oddly, well, before I even get into that, this photo right here was taken. A woman named Melissa Golden took this, and because they just did a piece on me. Well, I guess it was last year now, but with AARP, because I am in the over 50 set. So.
Yay.
Yay! And so AARP did a piece on me, so that's what that was from. So
Wait,
kind
I gotta interrupt. I just turned 50 this year, and I've been getting those letters from them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why, but now I'm it's connecting that I'm 50. And
Yeah. When you're over 50, AARP comes a calling.
They got some really good stuff, though.
They do. They have some good stuff.
And I tell you, subscribe to the magazine, because the magazine is better than the flyer that you get monthly. There's a lot of do I sound old? A lot of really good stuff in there.
Well, I've been throwing it away because I didn't think I was in that category yet, but I guess I am.
No, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Guess what, my friend? You are.
I can't hide no more, huh?
No, you cannot. You cannot run. You cannot hide. Well.
Okay, so go ahead. Finish your story. I'm sorry.
So anyway, so that was that. But yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, I know some people, like Jeep and Al, and people know who I am. But I drive a 3,000 horsepower Pro Mod, and it's a Cadillac. And her name is Stella. And as you saw in the kind of intro there, I won the 2015 IHRA Pro Mod Championship. I'm the first female to hold that title. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And when we won, a gentleman named Quayne Stott was he was helping with tuning the car, and he actually was a former IHRA Pro Mod champion, and so is his brother, Mitch. So that was kind of fun.
And that trophy was in the Motormouth Radio studio.
It was. Yes, it was 2-2-0.
Yes.
2-2-0. Yes. So yeah. So I know you had scrolled past the photo, but you met Jeanette Thornley, right? She's in one of those. I had seen her in Atlanta a few months back. Yeah, she drives. Yep, Nitro Granny. Her name is.
Right here.
I love her. She's super sweet. I love her, and super talented. That's not her.
Oh.
No, she's not that. She's not. No. Keep scrolling. Not.
I just assumed.
Never assume.
Right.
There's Andrew in his tutu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
He's wearing it well too.
Yes, it has become a tradition in our camp that I make the boys wear tutus.
Hey, pit crew. Hey, they're working for you, right?
They don't have a choice.
Tell me when I get close.
Yeah.
I should be higher up.
Hey, we know this lady.
Yeah, there she is. That's Jeanette right there. Oh, see, I have the baseball cap on, and Jeanette. There you go. Yeah. It was. We lost out on a day of racing because it was it just poured. So.
Really?
Yeah. So I got to hang with Jeanette for a little bit.
Jeanette's cool people, man.
She is. She's good people.
Yep. I wonder if she's gonna be at PRI. I have to text her and see.
You know what? I think I did see a photo of her there.
Okay, I'll have to run up on her if I see her. I tell you what, that's a nice looking Cadillac.
It is. I mean, well, now it's not red anymore. It has the military theme, which, I mean, we've been working with the military for years, and it's funny because the company that backed that is Speedwire Systems, and they're actually based out of Canada. So it was kind of funny that they back this U.S. military theme, but they're out of Canada.
I don't know. That's not too far of a stretch, and that's been kind of that's been kind of like your team theme. I mean, with the Corvettes, you had the same thing. You know? So
yeah.
I mean, I liked the red was just so classy. You know, that like
the red.
It was like a Corvette color.
Yeah.
I mean, not a Corvette.
It actually, believe it or not, it was
I'm sorry.
Ford Ruby Red with like a little bit of a kick to it.
Yeah.
That's what the color was.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
I liked it. So when we went to put the wrap on it, we had gotten an offer from a company originally. I won't say the name of the company because what I'm about to say is not good. But we had gotten an offer from a company that wanted to work with us, and I came up with the design. And Tom Daly of Daily Graphics, he had helped us with the artwork. He did a great job. And he does my logos and stuff. And if anybody needs logo, he's good and he's reasonable. And we brought the car to their place and whatever. And they were to put the wrap on the car. It was the first time we've ever done a wrap. We've always painted, even years past when we did our military theme. And we had a couple of cracks in the front of the car that we knew about, but he was not even ready to put the wrap on the car, and he decided he was going to fix the cracks in the front of the car. So I can't even, a different company, Kryptonite Customs, they're fantastic. They're in Missouri, wound up doing the wrap. But the front of the car is like all Bondo, and I mean, everything's gone on the front of the car because he decided to fix it. He never even said anything to us. He just did it.
Wow.
So I can't even take the wrap off of the car now. I have to. He sanded the taillights off. You know, I have taillights painted on the car. He sanded the taillights off. Needless to say, then he went to put the wrap on the car, and it was coming out all pixelated. And he was having issues with it. Anyway, Andrew said, I'm coming to pick up the car. Andrew went to pick it up, and he saw the wrap that he was going to put on the car, and it was all this pixelated. It looked terrible.
Wow.
And Andrew said to him, you were going to put this on the car? He goes, yeah. Andrew goes, I said to him, look, just roll it up, bring it to me. I want to see it. So anyone who knows Andrew knows that you can only push him so far. And this kid was like, well, no, I'm going to put it on the car. Andrew goes, no. And he goes, and what did you do to the car? The kid took the windows out of the car. I don't know if anyone, I know some of the people in this chat room know the amount of little teeny tiny screws that are involved with the windows.
Yeah.
He took all of the windows out. The screws were everywhere. I mean, I'm talking like 100 screws in the back window alone.
Wow.
So, needless to say, he was lucky that he got away with this with his life because it was not a pretty situation. And we wound up taking the car. I've never mentioned the company by name just because I just didn't. And he cost us a lot of money for something that was never done.
So you mean to say that Andrew came back with the wrap rolled up and the kid wasn't rolled up in it?
No, surprisingly.
I'm really surprised, yeah.
Surprisingly.
Wow.
But, yeah, so for anyone who's looking for a wrap, if you need one, feel free to reach out to me. There are a couple of companies that I can specifically recommend you to. I had another company that I reached out to, and the guy was like, well, I'm going to have the rights to all your artwork. I'm like, no, you're not, because you're not doing it.
Crazy.
He's like, oh, I'm going to have the rights to all your artwork. I'm like,
Nope.
no. I'm like, this ain't my first rodeo, buddy.
Where do these
So
people get these thoughts in their heads? I mean, are
they have a set that they have not used yet, and I was like, no, sorry.
You know, what happens is most people don't know that. They'll go in and give them the artwork and never even talk to them about it, and then people will trap them.
Yeah.
The guys from Fat and the Furious, that happened to them when they had their logo made. They had a guy make it. Then they wanted to have something changed, and he wanted to charge them crazy kind of money. Mm-hmm. He goes, "That's my artwork. I own it," and they couldn't do nothing with it.
Right, and you have to make sure now. So even if he did create the artwork, it still should be your content, and people have to make sure that is how, when something is created, that it's still coming back to them as their own product. And people have to make sure that that's happening. So especially now with social media, like people just have to really make sure. So we had a couple of bad dealings, and that put us really far behind and put us out quite a bit of money that we really didn't have to spend at the time. So it was very, very disheartening. And, this kid wanted to work with us, and I never even got really as much as an apology. And I was like, wow, okay. And now he's out there racing his own car. And, and I'm like, well, what are you going to do when someone screws you the same way? You know, he's lucky I never mentioned his company by name ever. But whatever. So.
Especially with social media. I mean, you could really blast them if you wanted to.
You know what? I really can, but I choose not to. I don't know why I choose not to, but I just choose not to.
You know what? I mean, you'll come out the better.
Because I feel like it just, it's not going to serve. It's not going to do me any good. If someone asked me privately and said, "Hey, I want to work with this company. Would you recommend them?" I could say no. Right. In a private conversation, and that I would feel okay with doing.
Mm-hmm. So nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd blast them though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd have made T-shirts with. Don't ever use this guy.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the name. You could do it.
No. Hey, I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, see, John's like screws from hell, the windows and everything. There's a lot of screws in those windows. A lot.
So your motor in that car, you said it's 3,000 horse?
Yes, it's a 526 Hemi. It's 3,000 horsepower. It's supercharged for anyone who doesn't know. And everybody now, like, there's a lot of people going to ProCharger now. A lot. Yeah. A lot of the turbo guys, especially, switching over to ProCharger. So, and especially because they changed the rules. So it's 2020 is going to be really, really interesting. Do
you know what caused that? Because I know back a few years ago, the supercharged blower guys will go into turbos. So now, why are they coming back? What happened with the rules?
Well, the ProChargers. So a lot of the turbo guys are going to ProCharger, and because ProCharger came around, and they have come around, and they're badass fast. That's really what it's about.
Really?
So, yep. And I feel like it's every power plant is kind of has their day in the sun, and ProCharger is kind of where it's at. In the beginning, like the turbos, it took them a while to spool up, and they kind of didn't have the speed in the front half, and that's not really the case anymore, especially because there's a lot that are using that are running 8th mile now. So for a while, people were like, well, the turbos, they can't run eighth model. Well, they can now. So,
you get it up on the pump. And the variable vane, I mean, that made a big difference. That changed the whole game. So I mean, it grew. The industry grew around it. And Pro Charge has been around for a while too. That's not a newcomer.
No, it's not. But it's they also were not, rule wise, were not permitted. They are now. So, and
now,
they
why is that? What made
it's
it not?
it's just it was nitrous. Originally, it was nitrous and blower, and then nitro blower and turbo, and now they're allowing Pro Charger as well.
Nice.
And then the cars will go too fast, and they'll restrict that.
Well, yeah, I mean, once they're hitting the 260 mark, NHRA is like, whoa, put the brakes on, So it's it's definitely getting, because really, I mean, technically, what the cars are certified for and what they're running are kind of two different things. So,
Really?
How big is the spread on something like that?
What do you mean?
Between what the car is certified for and what they can actually run?
Well, I mean, they're running 5 now. They're running like 560s.
Mm-hmm.
And in like what they're technically saying they're certified for, it would not be that area. So
way different, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're saying that they're, it's funny because it's like it seems like it's a gray area. I mean, they're built super safe, but just seems like it's a gray area. So it depends on who you talk to too. And if I'm in that car, I'm going to make, I know my husband especially, to make sure it's as safe as it can be.
Yeah. And case in point, all the incidents that you've had over the years, you've came out unscathed, thankfully, because of the safety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There he is.
Hey, John. Figure we was in your wheel horse of talk, so.
Yeah. That's cool. Hey, Dina, how you been?
Hi, John.
Hiya.
Dina, did you see John at SEMA?
Yes.
So, yeah, we saw one another, didn't we?
I think John was hiding from me. He was hiding from me. I seen everybody else but John.
I was busy.
Is it because I'm black?
No. Are you kidding me? Don't even go there.
Is it because I'm tall?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you're too big.
Well, not for anything. I think he almost walked past me once, Lewis. He's like, "Oh, there you are."
Yeah.
You know what? He was probably looking for parts for his car. He was on a mission, I guess.
That and the Camaro from hell, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a good show.
I'll tell you what. I was so relaxed, and I just did my own thing. You know what I mean? I did what I had to do, seen the people, and that was it. Real relaxing. I took my daughter. She turned 21, so I took her to the club so she could see the club life, and I can keep an eye on her. You know what I mean? And we just had a good time.
Jim says he likes my shirt.
Oh yeah.
Wearing a John Cazale. I saw you yesterday. John's wearing a John Cazale shirt just yesterday.
There you go. Yeah, I had a good time because it was the first year that I had a pretty concise list of vendors that I had to go see.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the year before and the year before that, I still didn't really even have a plan on what was going on. So I was walking and stopping and looking at everything.
Yeah, you really have to have a plan.
Yeah. This year I was able to look through the buyer's guide early and then match that up with my list on the car build, and then actually go to those vendors and say, okay, let me see this. What do you got for that? And I got that all lined up, and we were able to do that in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And then we just strolled around and, met people and just looked at stuff. But yeah, I kept missing you. And every time I went over by Boss Hogg, nobody was there.
Yeah.
Like, where is everybody?
Hey,
No, that was crazy.
as long as you got your business.
Terry. I saw Terry.
I know you've seen everybody, but me.
Yeah.
Um,
And I got all these people sending me text messages from PRI. Why are you not here?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna take off. We're gonna take off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Go up
Literally
tomorrow.
after the messages started coming in, Barbara said, "Oh, by the way, Barbara says hi."
Love her.
She says, "We should have went to PRI." I'm like, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "But it was cold when we
It
went."
is.
She goes, "Yeah, that's all right."
It's 30 right now, but this morning when I went to work, it was 17.
God.
Yeah, we were in the 20s here. Yeah.
It was 72 when I left at 6 o'clock this morning. And
Nice.
it was in the 80s all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So what'd you find at SEMA? Did you buy anything? Like, did you get anything for your project?
I made deals with a bunch of companies. Autometer for all my gauges. Trying to think of the fuel pump company I'm using.
Auto meters. Was that across from Boss Hog?
Yeah, or no, probably about 20 aisles away.
Was it?
Yeah.
So I talked to a couple of different ones.
Yeah, they have. I picked the gauges that I want, and they have. They're one of the few that make the 5-inch monster GPS speedometer.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, there's no way to do mile per hour on a streetcar when you're driving a Lenko. So GPS is going to be the way to go.
We calibrated one of those in my friend's dune buggy up on the service road of the LIE last summer. Because you got to actually get to certain speeds, and so using another GPS to verify it, and it was pretty easy to do. It wasn't bad.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I gotta find somebody to drive next to me. I could swear the speedometer on my new truck is reading way higher than normal.
Really?
Right.
I mean, I'm up on the highway, and it says I'm doing 85, and I got people passing me like I'm standing still. and to me, it feels like I'm going maybe 78 to 80.
If you were on the LIE anywhere on Long Island, that'd be the case. You'd be doing 85, and people would be passing you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, stepping out of the Toyota,
If you have
running the same routes, in other words, the same roads.
So you can feel a difference.
Yeah. Why when I look at my speedometer, am I like flying along?
If you have a scan or a standalone GPS, the one that I had, the Garmin that I have, it shows miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
why
I could take the one from the boat.
Yeah. You use that. Yeah.
Well, I got this iPad Mini.
Oh, cool.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
And it has the map over here and everything. I'm gonna put this in the dash of my motorcycle.
There you go.
Oh, that's a picture of what you're using. Okay, that's what that was an app.
No, it is. It's the actual app. Like if I move it real fast, you can see the thing move.
Okay,
maybe
so
not.
the whole iPad in there. Yeah.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the iPad. Yeah. Is it moving? How fast am I going? Oh, it did move. It really did. But anyway, I'm gonna put this in the dash of the bike. So I'll have my gauge, GPS. I'll have my map, and everything.
That's really good.
Who is it? Who created that? What's the app? What's the name of the app?
Hold on.
For us.
Yeah.
It is Speed Tracker.
Okay.
Oh, I heard of that.
I looked at a couple different ones, and I tested it the other day in the car, and it was right on the money.
Nice.
That's good.
So that's going in Peaches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fabricate some new dashboard.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say you're gonna have to make a whole new center dash, right? Because you got to take everything out. And
Yeah, because that speedometer I put in, it was a clone of what's the name of it? Whatever it is, garbage.
Right.
So it's all coming out.
So you got to get to you need some plywood and get the fiberglass in again.
Yeah. She's gonna get a new face.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, Jim, it does have GPS. I should just open up the app on the phone. That's true.
Yep.
Oh, phone app. Yeah, you can do that too. Sure.
And actually, I can. I have that Apple Play. Is like one of the things in the truck, and it actually shows the screen of the phone right on my dashboard.
Oh, right.
I'll be able to do like a A/B kind of a thing. But to me, it just seems that it's reading higher than it should be.
That's just to get you in for service sooner.
It just could be me, that the thing's got such a good ride, and who the hell knows?
It's all a scam.
Usually the newer vehicle and new truck feels slower. Usually, that's what I found. People have said.
Yeah.
Typically, they don't feel the speed because now it's more comfortable or more insulated better, and that's usually what I hear.
It's a little bit more comfortable, but it's it's a heavy duty truck and it's 4-wheel drive, so. Whereas
you would think it wouldn't be rolling that fast.
The Toyota, when you drove in the Toyota, you kind of felt like you were driving in a car. Like maybe some sort of sports suspension. It was just a little stiff, but real smooth. Like everybody that ever got into my Toyota was like, God, this thing doesn't drive like a truck at all.
Yeah.
Whereas the GMC, you're in a truck and you know it. Yeah. It's got that bounce to it. And the whole deal, but it's an awesome truck. I'm just absolutely loving every second of it. It's
what did you do with the Toyota?
Traded it in.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're doing. They told me that because of the dealership that I was at, very often they get a lot of young guys that come in that don't have a lot of money, so they're looking for an older truck.
Right.
But I traded in a 2015. It's not that old, but it had 196,000 miles on it.
Wow,
you was rolling.
Yeah. Well, I got almost 2,000 miles on the new truck already.
Wow.
And I bought it 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Well, that's because you're rolling at 1.5 speed.
Could be.
Yeah.
They're gonna get you in for service faster. See.
Yeah. I drive. I'm everywhere. Yeah. Today I left Tampa at 6:00 this morning. I had to go all the way down to Fort Myers. So that was like almost a 2-hour ride. And there's 2 systems I had to take care of down there and then turn around and come back. So I basically spent more time in the truck than out of the truck today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, not so much.
Well, at least you're comfortable.
Tomorrow's local stuff. Oh, yes. Oh, God, it's unbelievably comfortable. I got the climate control set. So it's like, you want the temperature of the cabin to be a certain temperature. The heat, it switches between heat and AC automatically. You don't have to do anything.
It's 70 degrees. Open the windows.
Really?
Yeah, his climate set is on the air conditioner.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Down here, the pool filter runs every single day, 365 days a year. And the AC runs, I'm going to say, 359 days a year.
That's the one thing I'm happy about fall. I can shut that freaking pool filter off. It's like every morning I hear that thing kick on, I'm like, I can see the electric meter going.
Actually, believe it or not, I don't know. The electric went down this month.
I
don't know why.
Nothing goes down here.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. Well, you know what it is? The AC doesn't have to go on as much.
Right.
It's a little cooler.
Yeah.
So it's not running as much.
It's not as humid.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, the humidity too, yeah.
In the summertime, it's like, thing never shuts off.
Right.
If it shuts off for like 15 minutes, and then the thermostat tells it to kick back in again.
Hey, what are you doing? Get back on. Wow.
So, Dina, did you guys move back up north yet?
No, we are still in Georgia.
That's Vince's state. That's what
you didn't say that too happily. You're like, I'm still in Georgia.
A lot of good TV shows coming out of Georgia. I'll say that.
Yeah, have you been by Tyler Perry's place?
Yeah, no, I want to go there. He does. I love him. He does so much for the community. But I want to go check out Tyler Perry.
Okay, gotcha.
He does a lot for the community here, just in general. So, but yeah, I haven't been there, and I know they do I've never watched it, but I know they do Walking Dead and a whole bunch of shows right here in the area. So
Yeah.
Archer. Archer 2 is done down here.
what
I
is
guess
that?
it's like,
Oh.
Oh, Archer?
Yeah.
Really?
In Georgia.
Yeah, there are
Justified.
a lot of shows here.
Yeah, Justified was done in Georgia. There was another one I just watched it that had the Georgia peach at the end. What the hell was it? I don't remember. A lot more than it's been growing. There's been more and more.
Yeah.
oh,
Come
yeah.
out of there.
Yeah.
They gave them big incentives to come there.
Well, and now with this whole heartbeat bill, they've been kind of saying that they're going to pull things from it. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Yeah. The whole political thing happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to stop it.
Yeah.
I guess that Tyler Perry's place is 400 acres.
It's insanely huge. Yep.
We got built a drag
Yep.
strip there.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
It used to
they
be-
have a few here.
Yeah, it used to be a army base, or was it army base?
I don't know.
It was a military.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't pay that close of attention.
Come on, lady, you live there.
Yeah. I reside here.
All right.
Yeah.
You need to get out more.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Where's Andrew?
Huh?
Where's Andrew?
He's downstairs keeping the dogs quiet.
Oh,
Because we have two now. So
God. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I know. That little one. Well, I
Yeah.
call her the little one, but she's bigger than
Running
the
the
other
house.
one. So they are running the house. They're so bad. They are so bad. But yeah, they'll be fun when we have to go on the road. I don't know. It's, I don't know.
So
When does your season start?
Well, I mean, normally it would start in like February, March, and we're just hanging on to see when actually we're going to begin. A big thank you to Fuel Tech because we just got everything taken care of with them and got all our products from them. So just have to get everything wired and get everything put on the car.
Nice.
So that's good too. Yeah, excited about that.
Nice.
So are you making motor changes?
Well,
Or
I
you
mean,
still what you had.
yeah, well, no, we're putting Fuel Tech on the car. So we did make some changes in that area, but not anything other than that. We have the new blower that we put on the car, a year ago. And we hadn't really gotten out that much with it. So, now with the Fuel Tech, we don't have to. Yeah, now with the fuel timers, we don't have to use the fuel timers and all that. So that's good. That's a nice change to have to make. Yeah.
Laptop tuning.
I tell you, technology is just really coming strong.
Yep. Yeah, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference in, what you're doing during the day. And we're still run the converter like we always have since we started. And, I'll still leave off a clutch pedal and shift because that's what I like to do.
Do you run a Bruno?
Bruno with Elenco, yeah.
Okay.
3-speed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long have you been racing?
I stepped into the Pro Mod around, I think it was like 2008, I want to say.
Okay, about 10 years, 11 years.
Somewhere in that area.
No,
I've been racing since about 2000.
Oh, yeah. What made you get into racing? From dancing? You were dancing and then you seen a race car or what?
Much to his dismay, Andrew. He had
Yeah.
a 67 Camaro, and I just started watching him race, and I fell in love with the sport. So
Nice.
here I am. Yeah.
And now you kicked him out of the car and now you're running it.
I think you can safely say that it was the seat that actually turned the tide on the whole deal, right? The driver's seat in that car set the tone.
Yeah, well, so he was building his 53 Pro Mod, and I went to Frank Hawley Drag Racing School and started driving the 67 Camaro, and that's kind of where it all started. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, and that car ran high 8s, low 9s, at like 150. Actually, that car always ran 146 miles an hour.
Oh,
No matter if it ran high 8, a low 9, it could run a 10, always ran 146 miles an hour. It was very bizarre.
It's the front end.
Very bizarre. So, but yeah, and then that car was getting to the kind of the end of some of its safety value, shall we say. There were changes that we needed to make, and Andrew came home with this beautiful RSSS body, all excited. He was like, "Look what I got for you," and I was like, "That's nice." He goes, "What do you mean that's nice?" I'm like, "Well, I kind of want to run Pro Mod." And after I picked him up off the floor, we worked on that, and then we had the 2 Pro Mods for a while. So yeah, kind of the rest is history.
Yeah.
What'd you tell him? You want to kick it up a notch, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Some notch.
Word on the street is he wants to get back in the seat.
He does. He needs to, because he drives my car from me from the radio. It's very annoying.
He has to get out of your ear, huh?
Well, you know what it is? We are completely different drivers. So the way I drive, the way he drives, just totally different. I do my burnout differently. We do everything totally different. So stop critiquing my stuff, because I don't drive like you.
You need to put a little
That's
toggle
right.
switch in so you can just shut the radio
He's
after
so
you
annoying.
get through the burnout.
He's so annoying.
He'll have a switch to turn it back on.
So, and he knows it too. So, I mean, we've had some pretty good like knockdown, drag out fights that people can't hear, because it's just on the radio. And they're like, "Oh, we should do one of those, where the fans can hear the radio." I'm like, "Not my radio, not my radio," because no.
I've been through that with a couple of the teams I worked with.
No. And it's hard because, like I said, he just approaches situations differently than. Oh, we lost Lewis. He approaches situations. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see him. He approaches situations differently than I do. So, he forgets that sometimes. So.
Yeah.
And then I'm his wife. So it's, if it was just a teammate of his, he probably wouldn't react the same way as he does with me.
Right.
So.
Then again, I'm sure if he wasn't out there doing what he does, you'd miss it. Because he does know you so well, and he does know the car so well. It's hard to, I don't know, maybe like it better if John was out there.
What? So truth be told is that I don't know that how comfortable I'd be with anyone else taking care of the car because he's always done it. I know that when I step in that car, it's as safe as it can be.
Yeah. Yep.
He goes over that car with a fine-tooth comb every single run. So, I know that there's not going to be any safety issues.
Yep.
So,
that helps you race better too.
Because you don't have anything in the back of your mind. And we've had other people that have worked with us, when he tells them, this is what I want to do, X, Y, Z. And we've had people try to cut corners, and he's like, "No, we don't work that way." And he said, and you shouldn't work that way on anybody's team, because the person that's in that car, that's their life regardless.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I don't get. Part of my French, puts their ass in a race car, and they want to spend all this money on a motor, and they want to spend all this money to go faster, but they don't want to spend the money on the safety.
Mm-hmm.
That is such an oxymoron to me. I don't get it.
Exactly.
It's pure stupidity.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to spend an extra $700 on a neck restraint, but you're going to spend an extra $3,000 on whatever for your motor.
Right. That's crazy.
I don't get that.
That's very common.
It's unbelievably common, and
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know.
You know, and I don't understand people that don't, you know, don't do drills for themselves to know, you know, with their eyes closed, how to get out of the race car, or know,
Yeah.
or know how to. I watch people's in-car video. I would say probably 8 out of 10 people have no idea where that chute lever is or how to get to it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you get crossed up and you don't know how to get to that chute lever, you're gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's things like that, and I'll be honest with you too. It's because I don't want to have to second guess the person that's next to me either.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all need to be responsible for what we're doing, because I mean, I it's a responsibility to me to have a handle on what I'm doing, because I also have a responsibility to that person that's next to me, to be cognizant of where I am and what I'm doing in case, God forbid, something happens.
Right.
That I know where I am and what I'm doing, so I can go, okay, where are they? And I'm not going to, I mean, things happen that you can't help that, but if you can avoid scooping someone up in your havoc, if it happens, you know, I don't know. People say you overthink, but when you've had things happen, it's not overthinking, it's trying to be, you know, precautionary.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
You could never go wrong with overthinking, because you're training yourself. Like I shoot a lot. So, and I train for a bad encounter. You know what I mean? With bad people. So I'm always thinking, you know, where's the exit? Where do I move my family if I have to move fast? Or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. If you never think about it,
It's funny, Lucia. My wife learned many years ago. Now it's second nature. When we go into a restaurant, she knows she doesn't sit facing the door. I do.
Yep.
Yeah. When Carlos, the local terrorist, comes in, I want to sit. And it's funny. So when we go out with friends who thought in mind, we used to kind of like, it was like a dance. Well, you want to sit here, you want to sit. And I was like, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. I know you got my back. We're safe. We're good.
Listen, my wife will move people. We can be with 10 people, and she'll move people around. No, he has to sit with his. She'll get my seat ready.
There you go.
But it's a safety thing. It really is. I mean, and I never would think to close my eyes and try to get out of the car, you know, out of a race car. And, you know,
well, you know, I mean,
you have to do that to pass your test.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well,
that's part of the NHRA test.
I don't even know if it's on there anymore.
Really?
I don't even know if it's on there anymore. I mean, I just renew now, but so I don't really remember. I don't know if it's on there anymore. But the thing is, too, you know, like Andrew and I will be watching, and say someone's throttle gets hung up. What do you do? What do you do, John? Throttle gets hung up. What do you do?
My throttle?
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
First thing I do is I reach up for the ignition switch and shut it off.
Okay.
I'm not going to be jerking around trying to yank on the throttle to try and pull it back. First thing I'm going to do is reach up for the ignition.
Okay, so that was the conversation.
Like
those are the conversations that we have. I mean, we have a tow clip. So tow clip, kill it, pull the fuel. Right? Yeah. That's what you're going to do. But I'm amazed, though, how many people don't
can't get out.
No. You know, you
not.
It's sad, but you think, wow, you and you don't want people to panic, but you're like, wow, we need to, it's something that I think people just don't, everybody thinks every pass is going to be a clean pass.
Yeah, you panic when you haven't done it before. They should build that into a simulator, like a flight simulator that they can program in failures.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking like to get out of the car. You can do it yourself in your garage. You just get a cheap fog machine and just have someone just shoot fog into the car, so you can't see. And now it's not going to hurt you. And now you can practice getting out or throwing switches and whatever when you can't see.
Yeah.
Back to guns, because I love guns. But anyway, back to guns. If you have a malfunction with a pistol, tap rack, and that's something you have to play with. So it's a natural feeling.
Explain that further, Lewis. I see that pretty often at the range, and then guys just don't know what to do.
Yeah, they're looking at it and they're like, "What do I do?" You tap it.
Holding it now the wrong way. Now that it's pointing all different. No.
Yeah, listen. There's a guy here at the range here that owns the range. Shot himself in the hand trying to clear a jam.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's always that percentage of an accident can happen, but it's probably more. It could be more of a user error.
You really have to run your mind through it. Your body won't go anywhere your mind hasn't been.
Yeah.
So, and that's with everything.
Like when you were talking about safety, I thought you were going to go this way too. I just had a conversation with a guy last week. He's going to buy a handgun, and he says, "Yeah, I'm going to go out and the range he was going to go to. He wants to shoot it like 100 yards." I was like, "Really? Like, what are you going to hunt elk? What are you doing with it? With a 3-inch barrel? What do you get?" I'm like, if any situation you're in where you're going to possibly need that gun is going to be within 10 feet, 15 feet, or less. I said 20 feet or less, and 20 feet is even the edge. I'm like, that's fight or flight. 10 feet or less. I'm like, practice fast draw, short distance. See if you can hit that target. 100 feet. I wouldn't be watching TV.
Well, I do want to do 600 yards. I'm going to build an AR-15 that shoots.
Well, that's cool if you want to. With a rifle, you want a 50 cal, and you want to. That's pretty neat in itself to do. Just because of the physics involved, that's really cool.
Yeah, I want to. That's my next venture. See how far I can shoot.
Next year when I go to SEMA, there's a place in Vegas where you can shoot big caliber.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go together.
Guns. Yeah, we gotta go.
Oh yeah.
They also have a place where you could go in like the big machinery and run stuff over.
Yes.
That's cool. The place I want to go to. We'll go there next year.
We'll make a plan. The first day we'll go to the guns. The second day we'll go to the big machine.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go to Shelby's plant too. Have you been to Shelby's plant?
No, but I know some people that could get us in there.
Man, listen, it's a great tour of it's the Shelby plant and the Cobra.
Yep.
Oh, really nice. Nice setup.
You about that place. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, you have to. What's sad is the last year or when Carol died, me and my wife had went there and we met him and we seen him at SEMA and stuff, and then he passed that same year. But really nice tour, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I learned a lot. A lot of history. It was really nice.
That's good.
Yep. So there's a lot of stuff we'll do each day. We'll do something. We'll all hook up.
Should.
Yeah.
If you can find me.
Yeah, right. You're hiring for me. No, I ain't even look for you, John.
Instead of where's Waldo, where's John?
Ask my wife. She'll tell you. We did a lot of walking. She's got one of those, that Fitbit tells you how many miles you walk.
I did too.
And for me, this was like the big test, because
last
year
your knee,
I was in pain like you wouldn't believe. And then I went and had that knee operation. And I didn't have one issue the whole time. And then she goes, you walked like 38 miles in the last couple of days.
Wow.
Yeah, we were walking like 14 miles a day.
I was in agony the year before. I mean, horrible pain. And this year, it was no big deal at all.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
I was giving it the test as this is a good thing. If I can do SEMA, I can kind of do anything. And Barb was like, "Yeah, this is a good test for the cruise we're doing in the summertime where we're going to Greece.
Yeah.
So she's like, you're going to be doing a lot of walking up and down mountains and things.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I don't know. SEMA might have been a little rougher than the mountains. SEMA's
We
no
did a lot of
joke.
walking. It was
Well,
good,
not only you're doing a lot of walking, you're bumping into people. I mean, you're
Yep.
turning, you're moving, you're sliding. You know,
Yeah. I mean, you're on your feet the whole time.
yeah, it's no joke at SEMA. I mean, you're working out.
Overly crowded this year, though.
Yeah.
Way too much stuff going on that I don't think should have been going on. But that's, it's not my party.
So you think that's a trend, though, right? You think that's going to get worse?
Yeah.
Every year it seems to get worse, but
And it's I guess the people are paying. It's merchandising. It's going to happen.
I think SEMA needs to kind of crack down on allowing who's coming in.
Nah, they jam me every year. I got to argue with them to get my passes. I'm like,
I don't.
I'm telling you, man, the media.
You're going in for press. That's a whole different deal. You're going in on a media pass.
Yeah.
A guy like me, I just click a button every year.
Listen,
click the button and I give them they got the credit card on file, and they just say who's coming. And if I wanted to add 10 people and say that Chassis Connection has 15 people working for me, I could have done that. And don't think that other guys aren't, guys with body shops or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they're bringing all their friends.
Listen, I have to send proof of everything every year. I'm like, I had to tell the lady, I was like, listen, this is my 14th year. How much more information do you need me to send you? You know what I mean? She's like, oh, well, I need this, I need that. So I sent it to her, and she sent an email back saying, oh, we need some more. So I'm like, listen, believe me, I've never thrown a race card out. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in that. That's garbage. But I was like, is this I'm feeling discriminated against.
Oh, God.
And so listen, this is what she did. She emailed her boss, and he emailed me and said, hey, this lady's doing due diligence, blah, 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 blah. So I'm reading his email, and then I see my email that she forwarded to him down the bottom.
Yeah.
And she took out wording that I sent.
Due diligence, nice.
Right. She took out wording. So
redaction is in that company logo, I guess.
Right.
It's in the
so I'm
statement.
Kathy, right?
Yeah.
So she's not related to Adam Schiff?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I email him back, and I'm like, listen, here is the email I sent her. And he read it, and it was like totally different. And he called me back. He called me. He said, Mr. Lee, I'm sorry. We'll send you your stuff. How many passes you need? But I had to go through hoops to get it.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
And it's like every year I got to do that. I got to send.
Do they want like proof that you're publishing stuff?
Yeah, I got to send. I got to send website stuff, articles. I got to send business cards. I mean,
that's crazy. Meanwhile, people are buying passes online.
Yeah. Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. So that's my experience with passes.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if you can see them, but I got. Oh, you can't see it. It's over in the mirror, but I hang all my passes over there. And it's 10, 12, 15. I don't know.
Well, I must leave you, gentlemen, and everyone in there, only because I'm not feeling well. This migraine is really starting to kick in. So
I'm sorry.
No, but I did not want to miss out. So thank you very much.
And you're always welcome to come on. This is a community family thing.
Thank you. And I'm going to be rebranding soon, so I'll let you guys know when that is all happening.
Okay.
And Ray, I'll be back in New York in January.
Come into the studio. Come in to the show with us.
Yeah.
Cool.
End of January. I'll let you know. I'll give you a call. So DinaParise.com, DinaPariseRacing.com. You can get there whichever way. Social media is me, so come say hello.
All right. Thank you.
I make fun of Andrew a lot. Come join in. It was good to see you all. Everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Healthy New Year.
You too. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, and Happy Hanukkah. All right.
Yep. All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Hey, I'm gonna see Terry. Terry, you want to jump in? Because I think I'm gonna jump off too, but Terry can jump in. Let's see. Let me hit him. But I gotta go to bed early because we're going to PRI and I need to rest up.
Oh, God. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Hey, just spend some of that money you got and get a plane ticket and come up. Still got a couple days. Terry done wimped out on us. He ain't coming.
Really?
Terry, just come on, man. Just get in the car and go.
I thought you were going, dude.
I thought I was too.
What happened?
I can't go.
He allowed to
Wife
go.
said no.
Hey,
No,
if mama ain't happy, the house ain't happy. So yeah, listen to her.
Oh yeah, what it is, I gotta stay close, because my little one, which is all good. I love it, but I want to go.
Hey, you do a lot of stuff. You do a lot of stuff. So
Listen, I got it for you. Listen, Terry, you bring the baby here, drop it off at my house. My wife loves kids. She'll play with the kid while we in PRI.
there we go.
He's a 5-year-old rambunctious little. Let me give you an example of what he does. He's a big kid, and so as soon as I walk in the house, he throws a football at me, talking about daddy.
Where does he throw it though? Where does he hit you with it?
Oh no, he's a lefty too.
Okay.
So you can't see it coming.
Baseballs, he's throwing footballs, basketball. So, but the first thing he does is, "Daddy, catch the ball." He'll throw the ball at you. I'm middle linebacker. And he come at you, and he's got some weight to him. So it's not like he's not going to throw you off balance.
Yeah, he's a professional, huh?
Oh my goodness! Dad was a tight end. He's going to be a middle line. So I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Got to take care of family first, for real.
Yeah, always. Man, this little character. Say hello.
Yeah.
How come I
Well,
don't see
I'll take
Terry?
pictures for you.
Yeah, I
And,
don't see you. You lost. I lost.
Yeah,
the
Terry's
video,
face is gone.
sorry.
We hear you, but we can't see you.
Oh, you can't see it? Can you see me now?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Move
Oh,
closer to
hold
the
on.
camera.
You were there.
Oh,
and
no.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
I just have his icon.
That's what I have too. Just in a circle in the center of a grayed out screen.
Oh, hold on a sec. Let me jump off and jump back in.
But I had trouble too. So it was always rock solid, and then I had issues also getting in. So who the hell knows?
Yeah, this system is kind of goofy.
I mean, the hardware hasn't changed.
I'm using my laptop tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm using a laptop since I had it repaired because I broke the screen.
There you go.
And they wiped everything. I told them wipe everything and just reload the whole program. So everything used to be saved in here for the show.
Yeah.
So I went to crowdcast.com and I went to log in and it wouldn't accept my email
Try crowdcast.io.
or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I typed in the search bar playing in traffic on Crowdcast.
It doesn't recognize it.
And then what it did was there was a bunch of the recorded shows.
Right.
And I just clicked on the right-hand side. I clicked on the playing in traffic icon and up came the one for Dina.
Mhm.
And I
Okay.
did that and it logged me in.
Huh.
But
You shouldn't have to do all that though.
right. Well,
I have to
now
say-
that it's on this computer, it'll be real quick and easy, just one click deal. But
Mhm.
it wasn't on here at all. It was fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm surprised that it wouldn't accept my username or my email.
Wow.
Mm.
It said no such member.
Yeah.
So
I have something to say real quick. Chassis John is not hard to find.
It was for me. Now, Terry, didn't I ask you when we were there? Have you seen John?
Yeah, and I told you. I just saw
He was
it.
like, I just see him right around the corner. So I
Yeah.
run around the corner, nobody.
Yeah.
Empty, it was an empty hall.
Yeah. I was, like I said, we saw him. He saw me. He caught me first.
Yeah, and then I saw him like 8 other times.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw everybody.
Yeah.
I might be-
John got around. And he was walking well.
Hey, that's a good thing.
He was walking well.
That knee surgery paid off.
Mm.
So Ray, are you gonna be at SEMA next year?
Gotta go. You
Yeah.
should go.
No, don't.
Ray, you
I was,
really got to go.
I was talking to my wife about it. I said, "Yeah, make a little vacation out of it."
Really
She
should go.
seemed into it, so we'll see. Yeah.
That's what I do. I lump it in with our anniversary because
Okay.
There you
our
go.
anniversary is on the 13th of October. So I was like, you know what? That's our getaway.
And you either set it up so that you go and you see like the last 2 days of the NHRA race, like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
And then SEMA starts on Tuesday.
You can go to Hoover
time
Dam
ahead of time. Or you can just kind of get in there like maybe Monday, and then SEMA starts Tuesday, and you stick around till Friday, and either fly out Friday or Saturday.
See, I think this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to go probably a day before they open.
Yeah,
I think I am too.
Before they open, and maybe leave that Friday instead of sticking around. You know,
camera went out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm do the same thing.
This year I stuck around too long.
Did you?
We had plans to do some other stuff and it didn't pan out, and I got there on a Monday and didn't leave till Saturday.
I got there Tuesday.
Yeah, me too. But see, I missed the whole first day. I got there Tuesday night, but my plane I couldn't beat it. I mean, I couldn't do anything, so I had to go there. But I tell you, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Go a day early.
I'm gonna go a day early and help Nelson, whoever needs help, get up, get them going, and get some more nice footage.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is what we'll do. With the media, I can get in way earlier. Like I think the media day is on Saturday or maybe Sunday. But it's like only the media's in there. We could really go through and see some stuff.
Plus, you guys get to go in early.
Yeah. Yep.
I know my friend Evan walks around, because he's media, and he gets the most awesome photographs of the displays and the cars when people. There's nobody there.
That's like when I go to like the auto show, the bike show in the city. Same thing. I go on media day, and it's like, wow, there's nobody here. It's like there's no ropes.
Yep.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Ray, well, how do you like this? Back to the passes. Now, the what?
Terry, your camera's out again.
It is? Okay. Yeah. No, I was asking Ray if he saw the video. I sent him the video today.
I did see you sent it. I didn't get to watch it yet. I had a doctor appointment this afternoon, and it was then I got to help my daughter with her school stuff. So yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow.
No, I just want to make sure.
I saw a video you posted the other day.
With George Rubestella?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Right.
That's
good night, Papa Squirrel.
We were I was buying his rotisserie. He had a car twirler, like a rotisserie, like a really expensive one. And I went up there, and I didn't know who. I was just getting the rotisserie because he gave me like a smoking deal. And I wanted to do my 67 Chevelle. And next thing I know, I look at this guy. I was like, why does this guy look so familiar? And so we got to talking and everything. And then I said, it came out that he was on Pink's, and it still didn't register. Yeah. And then I saw the picture of then he showed me the car, and I was like, there it is right there. But it was red. When he was on Pink's, that car was red, but it was yellow and black, the loose screw. And we got to talking, and then that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, you're the most decorated Pink's driver. You're George Rubestella. And I was like, oh, he was like, yeah. And so I was like, hold on, I gotta go to my car and get my camera. I'll get my camera. We're doing a video right now.
You come back and he's gone.
Yeah. And then what happened was we were talking, and the second time I visited him, like that's later in that video, second time I visited him, that's when he was telling me, like all that he's doing, and he's like, he needs a torque converter. I was like, I got the man for you.
I
got it.
And so I called Nelson Gill immediately. And next thing I know, he's got Boss Hog stickers on his car.
Right.
Yeah. Terry, I need you to hook me up with them. I want to get them back on the show because was I at SEMA when he was on the show? No, wait.
No. You were. It was the night me and Ray had hosted.
Yeah. That was when you were. Yeah.
And George was having problems getting on, and Brian Bassone. I had them both. We had them both lined up.
Right.
Yeah. I'd like to get them back on.
No doubt, no problem. Brian.
That was a good night. That was a good interview too. Yeah. We had a good time. Yeah.
Yep. I met a guy at SEMA. Actually, I met him at the kicker party that Terry ditched out on me on. But anyway, I met this guy. He builds the rotisseries.
Quinn Bender.
Yeah, he's in Canada.
Resto Revolver. Wow. It's cool.
Yeah, the videos are pretty slick. So I'm gonna have him on the show pretty soon I'm gonna get him lined up too.
Sweet.
Oh, guess who else I'm gonna get? Wait a minute. Let me find a card. Hold on. Terry dished out on us. Wait a minute.
Trying to reconnect.
Let me hit him again here.
You got.
I'm really gonna get motivated on finding another system because this is getting stupid. You guys are gonna like this guy. Hold on, where's the card?
Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
His name's Joe, but not Piscopo. Wait a minute.
Joe Ray?
Joe Ray.
Editor-in-chief of who? Of what?
Lowrider.
Lowrider Magazine. Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
My man. I ran into him. I was like, bro, you got to come on the show.
How long has he been the editor?
Oh, forever. He was one of the founders.
All right. Okay.
How about that announcement with all of those magazines that are not going to be printed anymore?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. What's getting trashed?
Oh, everything but like hold on a second. Like
Hot Rod, Carcraft, Motor Trend. Yeah.
Motor Trend is sticking around. Carcraft is gone. Hot Rod's gone.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're all gone.
Wow. Source Interlink. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's that print, man, is just way too.
I guess I won't be re-upping those subscriptions.
No,
Well,
they're going digital.
Yeah, you can still get them digital. That's what I was
I like, it's old school, man. I like having it in my hands.
That's the the complaint.
That's
Well, here you go. Get your iPad. It's still in your hand.
No, because I actually, I used to save the magazines, and then just because of space, I started like I have here. I got piles of articles that I've cut out of the magazine. Like this was, an engine marker. And when I just started, I razor them out and I put them in files. I have a file cabinet, and it's my own analog library.
There's a difference between doing it like that, and then because if you do like a Google search or something like that, a lot of this stuff doesn't come up.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you go to the specific magazine's website,
I've done that. Yes.
It depends on what they decide to load into their cloud
System.
Of course. It's like a computer's only as smart as the user, and that's exactly. Programming. That's it. So you're right. I found that a lot, and even with the newspapers, I want to get an article and I can't find it. I'm like, well, damn. So now you got to scan it. So yeah, that's why I create my own archive.
They're doing away with the magazines, man.
Yeah,
a lot of magazines.
Ton.
Come January 1st.
Yep. Wow. I didn't even when I was starting mine. I didn't even think about print. I was like, you know what? Digital is going all towards digital, so I might as well hustle that.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna jump off so you guys can have fun until it kicks you off. What time does it kick you off?
Because I'm about to go to bed because I got to get up early and move the Chevelle.
What do you, Terry? You got to come in and do the show with me again. You got to come down and stop into the studio.
No doubt. When is Johnny going to be down?
I'm only going to be there on one Sunday.
Yeah, John can't make it this trip around, so
they got this stuff going on.
No, we'll get it going definitely. Sometime maybe before this year. Yeah, we can do it before the new year.
I'm all right. I got to talk to my buddy Kevin right now. I'm open on Sunday.
This Sunday coming up?
You are, yeah.
There you go. That's you, buddy.
I'll no because I have to think of Sunday. Let me get back to you. That might be a possibility.
Good. Let me know.
You don't have a lot of time to figure that one out.
You saw that, right?
We work fast, man.
I'm a busy guy like that, man. It's the piano fingers. Or you twirl a stick.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Or like this. There you go. Oh man, but yeah,
I hit myself in the face doing that. I was like playing it around. Of course, there was people watching. I did like a slide twirl. Back, hit myself right in the face.
Oh, I hit myself.
Oh, you idiot!
I knocked myself out a couple times. Well, one time with nunchucks.
Oh Jesus, I played with those. Yeah, when I was in high school, I was playing with those things.
So you
learned that lesson.
it's for the greater good. So I became really good at 2 at a time. And would you prefer, the mini or the long stick?
I was using the long ones.
Long ones.
I didn't have minis. That probably would have been a better way to start.
Well, minis is actually longer because like the long stick is like, let's say it's like this, but the mini has a longer chain, so it's like a little bit longer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, so it wouldn't. Yeah. No.
Bruce Lee destroyed it for me. Yeah. But
all right, fellas, you guys can hang out, but I'm bouncing. I appreciate everybody.
All right, take care.
And I will post some stuff from PRI.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag Terry in every picture.
just like Nelson Gill.
You gotta remember one thing. You just got to remember, whatever happens, it's not because you're black.
No.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's not.
I think it's because I'm tall. And Brian said because I ate my vegetables.
Who said it? That was what's it called? Mike Cotton. He said the world's full of too many tall people.
Look, Brian put it here because I ate my veggies.
Because you ate your veggies.
We'll abuse him a bit.
That was so funny. That look that he had on his face when he looked at you when you said
Mike Cotton, man, he is so funny.
Watch the video, Ray. You'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, the funny thing is, he'll go into a conversation. This like he'll talk about this cup. Like I don't understand. Like he just comes out of the I can't even explain it.
Because you walked in. I actually dragged you in, and to take a picture. And he was talking. What was he talking about? He was saying something about
something stupid.
Down the street, and you go on your left and you go to the road, and you chew gum on your right side, and you walk up backwards.
He just talks about something that don't. I mean, I can't even explain it, right, Terry?
No,
he's talking about chewing gum on the right side and walking left with his foot to the right or something.
And he can moonwalk because he has to.
But he'll have you sitting there trying to figure it out. You're like, what is he talking about?
Sad part is I knew what he was talking about.
But anyway, I'll get a hold of him at PRI and I'll have him do some talking for you.
Cotton's going to be there?
Yeah.
Tell him I said him and Finnegan. And I think Dave, all three of them going to be there probably.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm
glad that they, was able to release the information about their show, Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were worried that Finnegan was going to leave Roadkill, but he's like, I'm not leaving Roadkill.
I love Roadkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to have him on, too. I'll get him on.
Hey, you know what you got to try and find? That guy, Steve Mugnante.
Oh, Steve. I got his contact info.
He's a good guy. I love talking to him. I talk to him all the time. Like every SEMA, I run into him, and it's a 10-minute conversation. And he remembers me.
Let's get him on.
He's got stuff in his head that is just totally awesome.
He did these videos, the Match Bass Madness, when he was building his Nova.
Oh, cool.
And then the another one, the Altered Wheelbase.
Yeah.
And he did DVDs about doing the Altered Wheelbase cars. He's a cool dude.
Have you seen his Junkyard Gold?
Yeah. And,
it's a good show.
It's kind of weird getting a hold of him. Because he's got somewhat of a social media presence, but he doesn't use it. So the first time I got a hold of him, I think it was by I forget how the hell it was, and he said, "Listen, this is my number. Call me." It's like everything was on a phone call. I was like, "Okay," so sitting there on a phone, I was like, "I could work with that." He's like keeps it low tech.
First time
have you guys?
Yeah, because like some people, just like you, Ray, you just said you like the magazine. I know some people who don't want to deal with email, they don't want to deal with messaging, they don't want to deal with text. They were like, just call me.
He likes to write stuff in books.
Yeah,
book. But first time we ran into him at SEMA, and after we were done talking, we walk away. My wife says he still lives with his mom.
Yeah. in a family house, I think that was like in the family for many, many generations. But he would think you could easily make that connection. She's right. Yeah.
But he's
messed up.
So much stuff.
Hey, did you guys notice that Ray reached over and grabbed those? Anything we talk about, Ray has it right next to him.
It's it. He's got it set up.
We're a media center here, so yeah.
Yeah. No, well, you got the card. You got the car parts too. I mean, you got everything right there.
It goes. It's
He's a drummer. See, he has to have everything within reach.
Ergonomic.
Yeah, everything has to be ergonomic.
Is that drumsticks back there? Yeah, look, Terry, drumsticks.
There you go.
Listen, I spotted them. I was like, "Is those drumsticks?"
What's with the flame drumsticks?
Oh yeah, I got. It's at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh,
said,
okay.
That's cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Cool.
Hard Rock, New York. So I said, I'll take those, man. They're fat. They're too fat. They're bigger than I play. But I said, just
All
they're
right,
cool.
I'm really leaving this time. See you guys later.
Thank you.
All right, Lewis.
I got a set of those electronic. They light up from
Oh,
Blue
Jesus,
Man
yeah.
Group.
Yeah.
It's cool for theatrics when the lights are low. You know.
Yeah,
I
cool.
guess, yeah.
There's I guess there's like a little pressure sensor in them. They light up when you hit them.
Right.
They light up in blue, like blue LED.
That's cool.
But they weigh a ton. They're shitty drumsticks.
Oh yeah, I've seen some like the chemical light. You know how the chemical light when you break it, it lights up because that's lightweight, but it doesn't last that long because it's so thin. You know.
Yeah.
I just bought them just because they said we saw the show. It says Blue Man Group, but they're they're plastic. It's got a really big acorn tip.
Oh yeah.
Really big one.
Oh, yeah, that's like
these are nylon tips for you guys. I'm a wood tip guy.
And
these are my own.
The shank is big and heavy, like a 2B.
These are my Regal tip rocks.
They look like a 5A.
And these are small because these are fast, man. These are fit. These jazz sticks. I always play jazz. Just jazz sticks. Like even these, I only bought them because we were at the Hard Rock. I was with the family. I'm like, wow, they're cool. They're flamed, which is cool. I'm into the flames. I got them all over. And then New York, I'm like, I'll take them. What the hell?
Like a thinner stick, a thinner, longer stick, like a 8D.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like a thin stick, and it's got to be a nylon tip. But,
nylon tip? I like the wood.
Oh, these are nylon. Yeah, these.
I have
nylon. Yeah.
I do both.
Yeah.
Totally different sound on a ride cymbal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have one of those bellis rides, that'd be nice. Yeah. But everyone to me, a set has to always have a ping, an earth, and because I got like 4 rides.
I got one. You're like me.
Yeah, you gotta have a crab.
I have a 24 earth ride.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, I got that. Yep. I got the.
I wish I still had it. It was like a 24 sizzle cymbal.
I'm looking for a good sizzle.
Yeah, I mean that was one of my favorites.
I love a sizzle. I went out because I don't have a good sizzle, and I bought from Gibraltar that thing that goes over the post on the stand, and it's got like a little chain.
Oh yeah.
It actually works.
That's not for what it is. It really does a good job of replicating a sizzle cymbal. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. I was pretty surprised. It's like $12. I'll buy it.
That medieval looking thing, and you put it over the cymbal. You put it over the cymbal.
Oh, yeah. It's a set of arms.
Yeah. It looks like you ever see like when the knights took their helmet off, it had this chain thing over. You put that over the cymbal.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Variations on a theme. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for a good sizzle. A nice, I don't know, like a heavy 22 Zildjian A or something. With some rivets in it.
I must got about 7 or 8 rides, man.
Really?
Yeah, and I use each and every one of them. I got one that's like a crash ride, which I use as a crash.
Yeah. Just keep that sizzle. 24 inches, and I kept it really low, so it was like right off the tom. It was just like comfortable for what I was.
Right.
It was really low, but everybody's got their preference on where they like them.
I like my ride. About right here. I don't want it like slanted. You know how some guys have it like this.
I do slant. Yeah.
I get tired, man.
Yeah.
My ride is it's not super high, but it is kind of slanted because I got those freaking tom-toms running.
You got to clear the right.
I got to be honest with you. I could have a hell of a lot more comfortable kit if I actually ordered a drum set the way I wanted it with short toms, because then everything would be lower. The stuff that I have it's like older vintage.
It's that higher stuff,
deep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like my 14 it's 13 by 14.
Wow.
So
yeah.
You have to kind of set it up high, and the next thing you know, what you're doing,
everything sits
you got to
high.
sit up high.
Yeah,
You know?
that's a can, man. That's a can.
Yeah.
Everything is, everything's big and high.
Right.
Let's see if I can. I think I got some photos on this other computer here. Hold on a sec. Let's see. I got way too many pictures on this thing.
Oh yeah. I need a new memory card for my phone. I almost filled the freaking thing. Like, I gotta stop that.
Yeah, I fill mine all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And how I don't back up. I mean, once at the beginning of the month, I'm religious about backing up my phone to my home computer and to my work computer, and then I literally copy the photos off onto the hard drive of each of those computers, so they're double backed up, and then they're still on the phone. So, like, I got triple redundancy, but that's how I know I'm never going to have a problem because I got so much. There we go.
Yeah, that kind of almost looks like my setup.
You know?
Yeah.
2 floors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got 2 floors. Okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I got 2 floors, 2 snares, and a boatload of toms.
Do you have any kicks? How many kicks do you have?
2.
You got 2. Two kick drum or 2 pedals.
2 kick drums. I'm old school.
You know, you're like Terry Bozzio, man.
Oh, yeah, one of my favorites.
Gotta have the Wuhan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice set, man. Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it goes all the way around.
Yeah.
Starts off at 6.
Charlie Neal
6,
Peart,
8,
man.
10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
We have to lower Johnny into his set.
Nah, I just walk around the back.
You want to do a slow roll around the toms, it takes you 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That's funny.
What do we got there? This is some older stuff.
Like 3 drum pieces into one, man. 3 drum sets.
Pretty much.
Some of these are older maple ones that I found online that I built this kit out of.
Damn. See?
Some of them are oak and some of them are maple.
Now, when you play out, do you take all those drums?
I don't play out anywhere, dude. I haven't been in a band since the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything's on hoops, but now I have everything on a rack.
That's nice.
Yeah, this is old. This is some older shots.
Yeah.
I play out every now and then.
Where do you go?
Anyway.
You go local places?
Yeah, like sometimes my friends will say, "Yeah, hey, let's jam, whatever, such and such," or they have a group going on. And it's like, "Oh, my drummer can't make it. Can you sit in?" And I have to learn 12 songs and stuff. I just improvise it. Like, just let me hear the bass line. Okay, cool, got it.
Right. What kind of stuff do they play?
Excuse me.
What kind of stuff do they play? What are you covering?
Well, I cover anything. I play anything if I hear it. But my heart is with like 70s rock, acid jazz fusion, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. Yeah.
Like I like Weather Report. I love them.
Yeah, definitely good. Yeah, technical. Yeah.
And I try to get with Mahavishnu. That is just some. Woo! It's like you start listening to it, be like, turn it off, man.
Really Cobra, man.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself. Just stop.
I know. I used to try to really work on it and forget it, man. It ain't never happening.
You just come close and you be like, okay, I think I got it. But then you listen to the song and be like, I'm missing so much.
Yeah, no way.
Bass, that's all I'm saying.
See, man, double bass.
Yeah.
There you go. It took me a while to learn how to play double bass. I always said, "Oh, you got to have a fast enough foot. You don't need a double bass."
Right.
Then I went to one of my friend's concerts in he had a place up in was it called the Crandall up in Poughkeepsie? Yeah. And his drummer, I actually sat there and watched him, and he was just like with a double kick. I was like, okay, I can get one.
When you got double kicks, you just have to work.
Right.
Yeah. But then then I was watching him, and he had like that little clutch where like with the hi-hat, where you start going to double kick, you take the clutch and it brings it down. Now you don't have to. Now it's staying closed, and then you stop and everything like that. I was like, okay, I gotta go shopping.
Yeah.
Well, I have on the right hand side, I have a set of. I just bought a thing from Gibraltar that it's like a boom cymbal mount.
Okay.
But it's got the hi-hat deal on it. And they call it an X-hat. And you put the bottom cymbal on, you put the top cymbal on, and depending on how hard you push down the part that holds the top cymbal, that'll determine how much swish you get out of it.
Yeah, so it could be like a mid open or either like
you could have it. You could set it really loose.
Loose,
you can set it really tight, so it's just like chick 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 chick. Or you can make it kind of washy, like if you would use it. Right. So that's right next to my ride cymbal. So you can go between closed hi-hat and ride back and forth. If you're doing something with both feet, you don't have to worry about having a drop clutch on the other side. So that works out really good that way. But it's a real simple. They call it an X-hat.
X-hat,
yeah.
I never like a cowbell. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Come on. Cowbell. I don't have a cowbell.
I don't need more cowbell. The cowbell came like that. I was like, get that out of here.
What about a woodblock? You try and play some salsa merengue without a woodblock, brother. You ain't doing it.
Yeah, but you're also going to need like a what's it called? What is it called? A piccolo snare.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna need that little piccolo.
I mean, I had a woodblock, but I never really. I tried doing some salsa, like some of that Cubano stuff early on, but yeah, it never really stuck with me.
Yeah, it's almost like you need another guy playing.
Well, you need a percussionist. Yeah.
Let him worry about that.
I was just watching the Chicago movie, Last Day in Chicago, and I didn't, finally got to see the percussionist that they used. I'd never seen the guy. I'd heard him on the albums, but never saw him. Man, he was good.
Oh, wait a second. You're talking about what's his name?
Well, Danny Seraphine's the drummer.
He was the original, yes.
Oh, yeah. He was
that trick.
Yeah. Later on, but yeah, when in the Seraphine days, they still used they had the percussionist because they just had to fill, other stuff that Seraphine couldn't do. Just couldn't do it. So
Seraphine was just an awesome drummer, man. I loved him.
One of my idols. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he was. I mean, I don't understand how they got rid of him. Why they got? I mean, I saw that Chicago thing, but
I didn't just quit. I didn't know they got rid of him.
No, they did. They asked him to leave.
Really?
They wanted to play with a click track, and also, and he, I just read his book over the last summer, and you got to read between lines. There was a lot of things that were happening in the band, a lot of changes, and he was a few of them were still original guys, but it just didn't work out. So, but what he did now is he reformed with a new band, also called CTA, and the logo looks like the second album, but the name of that band is California Transit Authority. Instead of Chicago Transit Authority, and it still goes by CT. I think he just did that to stick it up their ass.
Yeah.
And he plays, he can play Chicago songs because he was part of it, but
that's
he's
cool.
Still doing it.
Yeah, I liked him. I like his playing. I love his playing, and I got a newfound respect for Chicago once I saw that thing on Netflix. Is it Netflix? Was it on?
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I got newfound respect. I mean, I always liked this stuff, but
Terry Kath was considered one of the premier guitar players, and I mean I'm locked into the original old Chicago. It's like up to like the 6th album, and that was it. That was it. And once they played the first love song, it was like, oh Christ.
Oh, you don't like me now?
No, I do like some of that stuff. I do, but I'm saying album wise, that early stuff is just. It was like it was almost free-form jazz in some spots.
So you pretty much like once the 80s hit around for Chicago, that was it.
Yeah, I was done. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Once Kath killed himself, that was pretty much it.
Right,
Yeah.
that was it, and that was the thing because Kath's idea for the band was not to be a top 40 love song band. He wanted that purest, the stuff they did up at Caribou Ranch. And once he died. Then there was a whole thing with Peter Cetera and all that shit. And
yeah, but the thing is that they had to change because how many times can you listen to that same style from the same you got to kind of. But I mean, they went a little soft, I must say.
They did. Well, music changed. Music. I mean, and for the band, it was probably the right thing because they're still making hits today. They're going to be at Jones Beach next year, this year, in the summer. So they're still playing, still making a boatload of money off it. So
the thing is, like off those 6 albums, they don't even have to play in it in new crap.
No.
You don't have to play it. You know, I did like that Hard Habit to Break. I did like that. I will admit that.
Yeah, that was late.
You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Blue album.
Yeah, right. That was like number 2.
That's my favorite.
I like the first one, Chicago Transit Authority. Just
Yeah.
damn. Oh, it's just so good. So good. But yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that was, you didn't have to worry about, like you said, click tracks and all that. I mean, I played with those, and it takes the feel away.
You're like a Robotron.
Yeah, it takes the feel away. You're playing a drum machine at that point.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like tonight I was doing some Christmas wrapping, and I just threw in a CD, like one of the mix CDs that I had made, because I make mix CDs. And like the first song was off of Chicago's first album, and the second song on that CD was like Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know, because like that was their contemporary. Yeah.
That was another group that, I mean, they were incredible. They switched instruments. I was like, look at this.
And they had the audience, and then Chicago came out, and it was like they kind of like, whoa, who are these guys? You know. But yeah, that's why like very early on I got that affinity for brass. And when I hear brass, I don't care if it's big band brass or Chicago or Blood, Sweat, and Tears brass, you got my attention, man. I mean, you know, or I listen to like, you know, with the Nelson Riddle Orchestra, you know, Sinatra with Nelson Riddle. Like, geez, anybody with Nelson Riddle. The Emergency, the TV show had Nelson Riddle theme song. Like anything that guy did was just fantastic.
I'm gonna have to load my phone with music because the new truck doesn't have a CD player.
Yeah, my buddy was just telling me that. Yeah, about his new Rogue.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it, and I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have to just take everything that I have and I guess put it into my iCloud.
What you can do is, you know what you can do, right, John? You can get like Spotify.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can sync it up right there. If you have Spotify, like that's all I listen to is Spotify.
We have a Spotify account for the radio show because people would ask me, hey, what was that music you played on the show? I use it for just intro and outro music. You know, I don't play the whole song. And, you know, I tell them that it was Old Chicago or whatever it was, because I go deep in my CD collection. And we started a Spotify page. And we said, yeah, now if you want to hear the stuff we played, just go on there and listen to, you know. It's all over the place. I mean, I got country and western on there. I got, you know, hard rock, ass rock, got Sinatra, you know, fusion, the whole bit. I got everything on there, you know. So
all right, let me ask you something. On that Chicago show, what did you think about Cetera at the end?
You know, I don't know. There's questions around him that have never been answered, and I've seen the same questions in Seraphin's book. In that show, I actually bought a DVD, the Terry Kath story. It all comes around the same way, and he doesn't want to be interviewed for anything. You know, he's not part of any of the interviews, and he wasn't in the induction for the Rock Hall of Fame. You know, and why? I don't know. It all centers around something, and he just wanted to. You know, I mean, let's face it. He was the lead vocalist. I mean, everybody, like they said, you know, that was the mantra of the band. They don't have a front man because if you write the song, we'll do your song. You know,
right.
And like, you know, like Seraphin or something, well, he's not going to sing it, but, you know, Cetera or Panzio will sing it. One of the guys will sing it. So they always had that you know, that share all is one type attitude. But Cetera, I think, started seeing more of and maybe it was the guy who was managing him, started seeing like, hey, you know, you're a front man. You confront the band. And I think it was maybe a little bit of an ego thing. And you see, like in the 80s, especially when he started changing, he lost the weight, he got in shape, he's like doing the Robert Palmer thing, you know, with the hair slicked back, and he was living the frontman life, and the band wasn't really about that. So, and now and especially the fact that he won't be interviewed, he declines interview on everything. You know, that just leaves a cloud. You know, it leaves it up to you to figure out. You know, but. Like I said, they're still making money. So the core of the band, there's a lot of original guys there. They're still making money.
Do you think he's still performing Cetera?
Oh yeah. 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 I don't know. You know, I don't follow him, but yeah.
I think he sounded the best when he was in Chicago.
Definitely. I mean, I love a singing bass player. I think that's so cool. You know, I think anybody who could play an instrument seriously and sing at the same time, I'm in awe of.
Yeah.
You know,
it is a talent, man.
Definitely is. I mean, they all are.
Yeah.
I used to sing when I had my high school band because nobody else could.
Yeah.
Pain in the neck, though. I had to have a big boom stand with the mic, and then I used the what do you call that, flexible?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the flexi cord, the flexi thing.
That
Yeah,
flexible deal, and
right.
And I had to position it in such a way that I could just kind of grab it and pull it in front of my mouth and then push it out of the way on songs that I wasn't singing.
I was gonna say it's tough for a drummer too because you move around a lot. You know.
Yeah, it was hard.
It's like another. It's like a fifth, appendage because like
I had to sing like all the ZZ Top stuff.
Okay. All right.
Luckily, the drums weren't too crazy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Top he's pretty in the groove.
Another band that really pissed me off when they went to a electronic kit. It's like, Frank Beard's a good drummer. Like I want to hear him on Skins. I don't want to hear electronic kit. It's like I know that it was in the 80s, things would change. It's so it kind of fit the genre, but I don't know. For me,
Tough Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect example. Yeah.
There's a bunch of pads in there.
I mean, and it sounds good in the song. It doesn't sound bad, and for the era, it fits. But I don't know.
He's got the coolest looking drum sets.
He did. I just saw him at Jones Beach again. Like wasn't last year.
One tom between the two big giant bass drums, and we change it every year into something else. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. What do you think about bands that have two drummers?
All the brothers, man.
The brothers, right? Yeah,
we used to play a lot.
I think they had two drummers.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
my high school band had two drummers for a long time.
I remember back in like '72 when Edgar Winter Frankenstein came out. And I'm listening to that album, and I'm like drummer, and I'm playing the drum part. I'm like, how does he do that? How does he do that? I didn't realize like they got another fucking drummer. They got a percussionist. Like that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I used to play that song all the time.
I like the way those drums are tuned, man. Those toms are tuned low.
I used to play that song all the time.
Yeah, me too.
My mother would flip out because it's so loud.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Good stuff. And then Johnny Winter.
And then the other one that used to annoy them because I had a big stereo system in the house. I was wearing headphones, but I still had speakers.
It was Listerine bottle shaking.
That stupid song, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, Focus. My favorite. I love that fucking. That's one of the best rock riffs in the freaking world. Terry, if you haven't seen that, look it up on YouTube. There's a couple.
As we hang up, man.
The yodel.
Oh yeah. You know what? I used to get all this shit because me and my one buddy Gerard, like we were Queen fans back in the day, in the 70s. Like, you like the fucking gay? Get the fuck out of here, And now today everybody loves Queen. Yeah, you late coming motherfuckers. But Focus was another band, and I think it was just the yodel just turned people like, what the hell is that? Like, listen to this riff. This is the best power chord and drum riff. Yeah. You could base anything off of this. And if you don't,
what is the name of the song again?
Hocus Pocus.
The name of the
The name of the band is Focus.
Hocus.
They're from like Sweden or something.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus is the song.
I think it's from the Netherlands.
The Netherlands, yeah. I just recently watched a few videos, like live videos from back in the day when they did that. And there's a bunch of cover videos up too that people cover that song.
I can't wait. I'm going to listen to this crap tonight.
I will tell you something. If you don't start moving, if that doesn't grab you, the riff, oh man.
There's a YouTube video of them playing that on like, what was those like Friday night rock shows? Or
like Al Kirshner's rock concert?
Like Al Kirshner's rock concert or something.
Yeah.
And they're doing that song.
Right.
And the video is horrible. The camera shots are horrible. The
audio
is not real good.
It was another one. Something
Midnight Special.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, the video I saw, the original one, they're on a really tall stage outside in the day, and it looks almost black and white. And like you can see, it's the 70s. It's the early 70s. But yeah, I actually bought another copy of that album recently because the one I have is original. So I bought a cleaner copy. I tell you, I put it on, and it was just like it always was. Like, that is fantastic.
And then there's
I gotta hear this.
Check it out.
Hocus Pocus by Focus, and then you gotta sit down for a good half hour and listen to Inagata Davida.
Oh, of course. Terry, the way that song got named, do you know the story behind that? In-A-Gadda
No.
DeVita? Oh, it's an album side. It's a whole album side. They
Chicago?
Great drum solo.
Oh yeah. No,
Awesome drum solo.
no.
No.
They were in the
In-A-Gadda
studio.
DeVita.
Yeah.
Yeah, who sings that?
There is no
What's the name
singing.
of that band?
There is no singing.
Well, there's vocals.
Oh well.
A little
No,
bit.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking. I'm mixed. I'm screwed up.
What
Who
group
actually did that?
Oh my god! I just blanked out.
I forget the name. Hold on. I got it. Wait a sec.
They were in the studio. This is an album side song, and it's the one like the DJs put on, and they go to the bathroom and go check their mail, and they go out like get lunch because it's an album side, 22 minutes. But they asked the
Iron Butterfly.
Iron Butterfly. Yes, thank you. They asked the sound engineer like what was they wanted to put the name on the tape of what the song was. And the guy wrote, In-A-Gadda DeVita. The name of the song was actually In the Garden of Eden, but the guy was so wasted that it came out yeah, there you go. There's the album cover. And he thought he said In-A-Gadda DeVita, but he was saying In the Garden of Eden. So that's the name they put on there, and that's the name that stuck. In-A-Gadda DeVita. That's a great one.
You never heard that, Terry?
Oh, that's a classic.
I gotta hear it. I bet you.
Boom, 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 boom. And then you get the afterclock guitar.
I got some homework to do. I want to.
Welcome to our world, man. Welcome to our world. That's how I grew up.
All right, hold on 1 second. It's 17 minutes and 5 seconds
I thought it
long.
was like 22. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got a great acid rock vibe, a great vocal. Yeah, the whole thing is just.
Yeah, on the original LP, it's all side 2. It says 1705. In the 1995 deluxe edition bonus tracks, it's 1851, and then the single version that they used to play like on WABC AM,
3 minutes.
253.
Yeah, 253. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut the shit out of it, of course.
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna listen to that, and I'm gonna listen to some Focus Hocus Pocus.
Terry, it's from 1968.
Yeah, see now In-A-Gadda DeVita is more like one of those ethereal head tracks. It's like, everybody was getting stoned out of their minds and dropping it. So you just kind of, but it's a rock song, but it's more of a slow, it's like a groove. It's like a nice slow groove.
It's like Floyd.
Well, yeah, kind of. Now, whereas like Hocus Pocus is like
Crazy.
That riff is just like, it's a hard driving rock riff.
I can't believe you never heard that song.
I probably did. I probably just know what the name is.
You might have. Well, like I said, it's got yodeling. It's got yodeling in it, so that's usually the tip off.
No, because I heard some stuff. Now, I might have sampled it when I did hip hop. Who knows?
You could sample it. I mean, the yodeling is the key, man. That's what turns people off. What the hell's that crap? Like, just listen to that riff, man. It's just hard driving.
I'm about to go and take care of this because I want to listen to this now, and I will talk with you gentlemen later on.
Let me know about Sunday.
Oh, I definitely will. I'll text you up tomorrow. I'll let you know for sure.
Right. Very good.
All right, have a good night, gentlemen.
See you later.
Take care, fellas.
All right.
Go look for that.
Yeah, I love it. That's the one thing I always liked, and I love exposing people to music they haven't heard, because
teach the kids.
Yeah, and I always I'll always be burning stuff. People are like, wow, what do you do that for? I'm like, music is made to be shared. It's like, I got it in my collection, but like you should have it in yours too. It's like just burn it and share it.
It says they're from they're Dutch.
Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew they were from somewhere over there. It was
Jan Ackerman was the lead guitarist.
Right.
He's good. Very good guitar.
And they did some other stuff. There was some, I remember I was looking on YouTube and they'd done some other stuff, but that was the defining moment.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, the album looks like it looks like water, looks like sea. Yeah, I think it is waves.
Yeah. Yep, they got some weirdness here. Yep, looks like the four of them are floating in the ocean.
Right.
Yeah. Purple ocean.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a funny song.
It is, but like I said, the riff is just, there's no joking, man. That riff is just,
it's good guitar work.
Yeah. Like I said, the yodeling just does it. I mean, if you can't get past it, it ruins it, and that's what a lot of people got hung up on, like with Queen. Like, what the hell is that? Like, listen, It's just yodeling, It's like, but the way they come back with that riff every time. It just comes back harder, and it's just like, bah, 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 bah. And then the power chords come in. Ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba 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 ba. like, oh, you just like, it's Beavis and Butthead. I'm just sitting there like head banging, like, yes.
If you're gonna listen to In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, you have to turn on your black light.
Yep.
You have to
Get your
have
Hendrix poster.
those velvet posters.
Right.
Like I
Hendrix
had
poster.
one that I think was called Star Castle.
Okay.
It was that big castle on the mountain with a moat and a river, and it was like all these different weird colors,
I still got outside of a van once.
Yeah.
Just over Thanksgiving, they did the Q104 did the 1,004, top songs, the countdown, and In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida was in it, of course. And he goes, yeah, here it is. It's time. It's song number 38. You've been waiting for this one. He goes, I'm gonna go take a break. It's Iron Butterfly. Cues it up, and boom, like, yes, the full version. Excellent.
Oh gosh, yeah, you don't hear that much then in these days.
No. It was funny. A couple of years ago, my older daughter was still living home, and something came up. I said, wait a minute. I went and I grabbed the album, and I showed her the album, and we were talking about it because she's into Pink Floyd and a lot of other stuff. And I said, I put her on a turntable. I said, you got to hear this. I'm like, you can't, you won't believe this. So you just got to hear it. She's like, wow, that's pretty cool. You used to listen to that? I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
And it's got that haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the Leslie's going.
Right. Oh, Leslie's are fantastic.
Can't miss that.
Oh, that's a great cabinet, man.
Yeah.
That's Deep Purple. Talk about a Leslie. Oh, and a B3. Oh.
Yeah.
John Lord. Oh, what a great organ player. Organ was another.
I saw a concert. I think it was on Netflix. It was an old Deep Purple concert. I think it may have been made in Japan.
Okay.
The video of the album, making that album made in Japan.
Right.
John Lord is beating the living shit out of this.
I've seen that.
It's a gutted B3. They like cut everything out of it that wasn't, in other words, all the dead weight.
Yeah.
And he's like banging it around, and then he makes it fall on top of him.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, because I watched a lot of Deep Purple's one of my favorite bands. I've watched a lot of their stuff.
I also saw there's some video of Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Oh, ELP, yeah.
And Keith Emerson does the same thing. He literally beats the shit out of.
He had the wall of fucking organs. He had the whole,
He's got a B3 that he's like basically like almost chops it up with a hatchet. He was a trip.
We got about 2 minutes. My buddy at the shop put a new system in his Mustang that's got this. It's got an unbelievable sound system, and he was pulling up some. He's 24, so he was pulling up some newer stuff. I said, he has internet connection. I said, pull up Mr. Crowley by Black Sabbath. He's like, what? Just Mr. Crowley, Mr. And that the fucking pipe organ in the beginning. He was like, oh, holy shit, what is this? I'm like, yeah, man, that's Black Sabbath.
That's some cool stuff.
Yeah, bands, they were inventive back then. They used to do cool stuff, and now they could do it electronically, even easier. They had to do it the hard way back then.
Yeah,
but it was a great time. Great time to be.
I saw a documentary on Keith Emerson, and
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the girl that lives next door, he would allow her to come into his house at any time and play his multiple keyboards.
Cool.
And then I read somewhere that when he passed away, he willed all of his synthesizers and his pianos and his key to her.
Cool.
Yeah.
We got about a half a minute left.
Okay, no problem.
We're out of here.
Give it a countdown. Mike, so this thing goes off before 11 o'clock?
I'm looking at the counter at the bottom. I think it does go off it's just about right at 11.
Oh, yeah, it says
159.42.
Yeah, 159.44. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll go. It should just dump us in like 10 seconds.
Well, it was good talking to you.
It was always a pleasure, John. And enjoy your trip up this way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of looking forward to it.